Hello and welcome to the Unbound Soul Tarot. I am so glad that you are here and that you chose to tune in, so welcome. And just to give you a brief overview of what we're going to be doing today so that you would know what you are about to watch, we are going to take a look at your month ahead. What does it mean? It means that the next 30 days from whenever you watch this reading, because this is a timeless reading, we are going to be looking at those 30 days, what you can expect, what sort of main keywords or themes are going to be coming up for you. We are also going to get some advice from Spirit and looking at what you should be aware of. So basically giving you a bit of a sneak peek into what the next month is going to bring. And as always, we are going to begin by taking a look at the piles that you get to choose from today. The first pile is represented by this card and the Animal and Food Tarot. The second pile is represented by this card and the King's Theatre Tarot. And the third pile is represented by this card, as well as the Ever After Spell Tarot. If you already know exactly which pile or which card or which deck is calling out to you, then you can go down into the description box and click on the timestamp that you need. But if you are somewhat unsure how you should go about choosing the right pile for you, then what I would recommend is to first make sure that you are not distracted by any loud noises, any commotion, anything like that. The best way to hear your intuition is by being in a quiet space and really focusing on your body, tuning into your inner landscape. In order to do that, you also may want to close your eyes and take some deep breaths so that you could calm yourself down, relax your body, and really quiet down the mind as well. And once you feel that you are present in your body, you are present in this moment, when you open your eyes again and take a look at the piles, you look at the cards, you look at the colors, you look at the decks, all of that, see what your eye is drawn to. See what sort of sensations you feel as you look at a pile or a card. See what sort of nudges or intuitive little tingles you feel, and pay attention to all of those. In whichever way your intuition speaks to you, follow that intuitive voice. But as I also always say, please don't forget to use your discernment, because this is still a general reading, okay? And yeah, whenever you are ready, feel free to go into the description box and click on the timestamp that will take you straight to your reading. So without further ado, let's get into it. Hello and welcome to your reading, pile number 1. My name is Helen, and I want to say I'm so grateful that you are here, that you chose to tune in and hang out with me. So thank you so much for being here. And also thank you if you have subscribed to my channel, if you have given me a thumbs up on some of my videos, or if you have left a comment and connected with me in the comment section. I really appreciate it. And it's one of the best ways, one of the easiest ways for you to support my channel and keep these readings coming. So if at any point during today's reading you feel like you are enjoying the content, you are liking my style, if you want to see more from me, you don't want to miss any future readings, then definitely hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so already. Giving a like on this video helps to spread it around, and by leaving me a comment, I can just connect with you and see how you resonated with the reading, which is always so interesting. But pile number 1, let's get to your reading. So you chose the very adorable Animal and Food Tarot, which we are going to take a look at a bit later. We also have some pre-prepared oracle cards, as is the norm on my channel. And we are going to start off with the oracle card that you chose, which is I believe it's from the Disney movie Brave, but if I am misremembering that, I will correct myself on the screen somewhere. But this card says a transformation. And what I'm feeling from this energy is that, first off, it feels very strongly like this figure, Merida or Merida. I'm not sure how you're meant to pronounce her name, and I'm not even sure whether that is like the name of the character in the sort of original Disney movie as well, or whether it's like a French version of that character's name, because this is a French deck, as you can very clearly see. I'm not sure, and I have to say I haven't watched this movie. I think I've only seen it once, and it was years and years and years ago. So yeah, I may be not pronouncing her name right, but the central figure of the movie, and on the figure on this card as well, it seems very strongly to coincide with your energy. And so this mirroring of your energy is giving me the vibe of you maybe recently having changed your mind, started to see something differently than you have before. It almost feels like you have reached some sort of conviction, like there has been a very clear shift that has happened in your mind, that has taken place. And I feel like it's maybe not even solely in your mind. It feels like it's this whole body shift where you feel differently about something. It's not just that you think differently about it, but the way it resonates in your body is different. And I feel a sense of confidence from this card as well. Just intuitively, there's this energy of knowing exactly what you need to do, or knowing exactly what you want to do. The energy regarding this transformation is very much coming through as something that you have instigated. It's something that you have put in motion because of this internal shift that you have experienced. So maybe you have actually decided to make something happen, or launch something, or go ahead with something, or make, like, let's say that this is even an ongoing thing. Maybe you have had this moment of clarity and you see things differently now. And so you have decided to have a change of course, or adjust certain things, or maybe tweak and rearrange certain things. It almost feels like you are reworking the plan. Like if this is an ongoing project sort of thing for you, if it's not like a brand new sort of thing that you are starting. In any case, this whole energy feels like, because of this internal shift that you have gone through, you have this clear conviction now of what needs to happen next. And you feel determined to make that happen. Because there is something that feels really right to you. It's at least the energy that is coming through from this card. Like this thing, it just feels very right. And I also want to say that I wouldn't be surprised if your conviction doesn't really resonate with other people that much, or if people are having certain doubts or certain second thoughts, or anything like that, especially if you have shared your belief or your viewpoint with other people, there's something very like bold about it, or something almost like daring or going against the grain, standing out, or it doesn't seem to be something like lukewarm or neutral. It's something that is very clear, very distinct. I don't want to say extreme, but it definitely has the aura of like not leaving anyone cold. It's definitely going to bring a reaction out of people, whether it's a positive one or whether it's a negative one. But I feel like people are going to feel a certain sort of way about this thing that you are planning on doing, or that you have now decided on. There is something like polarizing, or yeah, there's this energy about your conviction that that seems to be very bold. I don't know why that is coming through here, but that's just the intuitive part, right? So that is what I was feeling from this card. But if you are not quite sure yet that this is your pile, then don't you worry, because we are going to take a look at these pre-prepared oracle cards. And these cards are going to describe what is the sort of main energy that you have been dealing with recently, what has been going on for you recently. So this should very much give you a better understanding whether this is your pile or not. Okay, we have the clover. We have joy. We have new moon. Okay, we have the like karma of stagnation, or yeah, karma of stagnation. And we also have the snake. Okay. I honestly sometimes feel like a broken record because it's something that I seem to say almost every single reading. You know, it's always so funny when I look at the pre-prepared oracle cards, which I prepare blindly. I don't know what these cards are. I am seeing them for the first time when I am revealing them to you as well. So it's just so funny when the energy is so confirmative. Is that a word? Like it's such a strong confirmation of what was coming through in the intuitive part. It's always so funny. But yeah, that's the case here as well. So most likely, if that initial part didn't resonate with you at all, then you may want to check out another pile. But if it did, then yeah, it seems like pile number one, you are definitely at the process of experiencing some sort of new beginning. I'm gonna start off from the middle card here because we have this new moon card, and it's very clearly an energy of initiation, of starting something new, setting intentions for some future growth, starting from scratch, or again, just reworking something, right? Because the new moon is the first stage. It's the beginning phase. It's where everything begins and where the plan is sort of formulated. So it's very clear that this plan, this new start, is coming from a place of like joy, inspiration, finding something like an opportunity that is coming your way in the right time, in the right place, or at the right time in the right place, like that sort of energy. With the clover, it definitely feels like luck is on your side, momentum is on your side, and it seems to be tied to this conviction. I don't know why. I'm actually not really seeing the energy of this conviction coming through from any of these cards, but it's coming through so strongly from the card that you chose. So I just feel inclined to say that again because yeah, it feels like this momentum, like this card of joy and like liveliness, or feeling motivated, feeling hopeful, feeling like things are going to work out. There's a lot of like optimism that seems to be coming through, and it's definitely something that is behind this conviction. It's pushing this movement forward. It's adding to this energy of wanting to take some next steps, wanting to make something happen, right? Now, we also have these two cards here. We have this karma of stagnation and the snake. And first off, with the snake, the most sort of obvious energy is, again, one of transformation, because snakes are very commonly the symbol for change, for shifting something, you know, shedding old skin and embracing this sort of new version. And with it being next to this karma of stagnation, which actually I want to take the new moon card as well, because this karma of stagnation card is sandwiched between these two cards that are both implying some form of new beginning or some form of shift in a new direction. So it seems like there has potentially been something that has stumped you, something that has taken the wind out of your sails previously. With the karma of stagnation, this card very strongly talks about things sort of being forcefully stopped for you. This is an act of like the divine interfering or realigning things for you, especially when there is something that isn't going in the right direction or it's not going where it's meant to be. So things are sort of forcefully stopped, or life happens in a way that you are unable to keep moving in the direction that you were moving previously. And so this whole energy of feeling stuck or feeling like what you are doing is not working, what you are planning or how you are living your life maybe even is not working. Like there is something that is just not right. And I feel like that snake card here is further reinforcing how that energy of stagnation is now being transformed. You are breaking out of this and focusing on the new path, or how you can move forward, like finding this inspiration or having this new idea or this new angle that you can try, or this new plan, and feeling so right about it. I feel that very strongly with the clover and this joy card, that there is this wholehearted feeling of like doing the right thing, or again knowing exactly what needs to happen next. So yeah, I think this is a really interesting sort of place to start the reading, and hopefully this part made sense to you. I'm going to try and make some space here. So if you could resonate with this whole part and it made sense to you, then definitely stay tuned, because now we are going to get to the main messages of the reading, which is all about your month ahead energy. And the first thing that we're going to take a look at is what are the main themes or keywords of the month, of the next 30 days for you. Okay, so we have the Eight of Wands in reverse, we have the Knight of Cups in reverse, and we have the Nine of Swords, with Temperance being the underlying energy. I'm actually going to start off with the underlying energy, which is the Temperance card, because this is giving me the biggest keyword that is important to take away with you into the next month. And that keyword is patience. Okay, we have this cute little bunny. Basically, the most important thing is to remain calm, to remain centered, to not get into any extremes or act irrationally, to act impulsively, to lash out from any sudden emotions or anything like that. It's best to keep your head, is basically what seems to be coming through here. Now, I don't want you to get alarmed and start thinking that it's going to be a bad month or anything like that. I just feel mostly that there may be this wish to rush certain things, to really get things moving in a very, very quick way. That is what we see here with the Eight of Wands. But because the Eight of Wands is coming out in reverse, there may be this desire to get somewhere really, really quickly, maybe to even skip certain steps or to cut some corners or to find shortcuts, like that type of thing. It's wanting to arrive at a destination as quickly as possible. But again, there is something like impulsive or something rushed that I feel about this Eight of Wands. So definitely one of the keywords is, or like one of the themes is like bracing yourself and slowing down, allowing things to take their time. Because I also feel with the Eight of Wands that things are potentially not going to realize or manifest as quickly as you would like them to. That there are going to be some slowdowns or maybe some delays, maybe some obstacles that you haven't really thought of or that you don't really foresee. But that's okay. I feel like those little stops or delays are purposeful. They are good for something within that process, even if it doesn't really make sense to you, even if it doesn't seem logical to you, or you know, if you can't figure out the reason why those slowdowns are happening. Now, we also have the Knight of Cups in reverse. And with this Knight of Cups coming out in reverse, I just feel this sense of like emotional overwhelm, or potentially feeling somewhat slighted because of how things are going, or how things are maybe not going exactly how you had pictured them or how you had wanted them to go or something. Like it doesn't seem to be anything serious. It doesn't seem to be anything bad. It's just this feeling, right? Because we're dealing with the realm of feelings with the cup suit. It's going to trigger some feelings where you either may feel annoyed or where you may feel like you are not making the sort of progress that you had envisioned, right? Because again, with the Knight of Cups, we are also dealing with the element of having an ideal version of how something is going to go, maybe fantasizing about a scenario or this beautiful end result, this beautiful picture of how everything is going to be this great, wonderful experience. And I just feel that it's, again, temperance, right? It's important to temper those emotions and not get swept up in the negative feelings, or in the feelings of like things not working out, or things being somehow wrong or bad or anything like that. And I especially want to highlight the importance of not doubting yourself and not doubting your own like feeling of, or this sense of conviction that you seem to start this whole thing off with, just because things are not progressing in like this straight, linear sort of way. You definitely got this sense of conviction or this feeling for a reason. And again, the underlying energy is a major arcana card, right? And temperance is a very divine sort of energy. It's very heavily tied to divine intervention, divine protection, divine influence as well. So I feel like there's more nuance that is going on behind the scenes. I feel that there is definitely a reason why things are going to take their time. Now we also have the Nine of Swords here. And the Nine of Swords is also an indication of potentially overthinking certain things, or maybe even getting in that sort of mindset that you can't do something. I don't know why, but I'm looking at the image or the illustration of this card, and how this cute little dog seems to feel so like overwhelmed, or like just having this piece of dough in front of them that they have to turn into a piece of bread, or a baguette in this instance. And so, you know, again, be mindful of the thoughts, the worries or the doubts that, like, whether you are doing the right thing or something, because like this is purely the mental realm. This is purely getting in some sort of a hamster wheel in your mind, right? And that can be a really tricky thing. And so again, be mindful of allowing those to deter you from what you are doing, is what I want to say. because I feel that you can absolutely do this. And again, you are being driven to do this thing for a reason. So that is just the sort of the main like keywords coming up first. But let's also take a look at what you should pay attention to during that next month. That was really quick. Okay. So we have the Ace of Pentacles, the Six of Cups, and the Six of Swords as the underlying energy. Before we get to these cards, I actually want to add a little message about the Nine of Swords, because these two messages are actually somewhat tied in with each other. But the Nine of Swords is also making me think that within the next month, you may get sort of additional things, or there may be quite a lot on your plate, or where there may be several things that are sort of happening all at once, and you may feel somewhat like overwhelmed in the sense that, I don't know why this card doesn't want to focus again all of a sudden, but yeah, the Nine of Swords may be implying that there may be all of these different things that are vying for your attention, and you may have to sort of figure out a way to manage everything, to keep everything in a steady sort of rhythm. Again, with this Temperance card, right? Like the energy of keeping the balance, keeping the harmony, not allowing things to become too overwhelming is definitely something that is an important keyword too. Because with the Ace of Pentacles and the Six of Cups, as it ties to what you should pay attention to, it's important to take things like one step at a time, to make things easily manageable and break things down into these small doable chunks so that it wouldn't get too overbearing. But also with the Ace of Pentacles, I feel like it's crucial to pay attention to what sort of opportunities are you taking on board, what sort of opportunities are you accepting, because you don't have to accept everything, right? You don't have to say yes to everything that comes your way, especially because the Six of Cups, maybe this is more of a specific message, but for someone here, there may be a tendency to people please. There may be a tendency to say yes so that you wouldn't be rude or hurt anyone's feelings or cause some sort of uncomfortable energy, right? That may be the driving force rather than actually wanting to participate in something or wanting to take something on board. So again, pay attention to what you say yes to and what you sign up for. And another message that I feel with the Six of Cups and the Ace of Pentacles too, but the Six of Cups especially, is one of accepting help or accepting support when it's offered to you. It's not a sign of weakness. It's not a sign that you are doing something wrong or that you are not handling things in the right way or it's none of that. And I don't know, again, maybe this is more of a specific message, but I feel like someone needs to hear this. Accepting help or accepting people wanting to shoulder some of the burdens, there is nothing wrong with that. And it doesn't take away from your capabilities and everything that you can do, right? Because ultimately, we have the underlying energy here of the Six of Swords. So ultimately, the most important thing to pay attention to is what is driving you forward, what is allowing you and helping you to progress, make the load easier to carry, what is helping to make your life easier and more enjoyable and more fruitful in general, right? Like paying attention to those things and disregarding certain things that are making your life more cluttered, more difficult, more burdensome, or that cause more headaches or more stress, you know, like putting that distinction in place and keeping that like firm line is what I want to say. But pile number 1, let's also take a look at what is something that you shouldn't put your energy on within the next month. Okay, so we have the Moon in reverse and the King of Cups in reverse, with the Eight of Swords being the underlying energy. Okay, so I don't know why, but I'm again feeling a very specific sort of message coming through, and almost like a singular one. But we have the Moon in reverse and the King of Cups in reverse, with the Eight of Swords being the underlying energy too, but we'll get to that in a second. I actually feel that something that you shouldn't put too much energy on is like emotionally difficult or heavy things. Those can be like thoughts and feelings in general within yourself, but these can also be people who make you feel that way, or people who are causing lots of drama, or who are just more negative, more pessimistic in their worldview, because this King of Cups in reverse can be a very specific person in your life, and they may have this like dragging everything down sort of energy about them. And if that's the case, then that may very well be a more specific message for you. But again, just in general, this whole energy coming through very watery, very much, again, overflowing with emotion, but it's more like shadowy, it's more dark, it's more heavy. And so anything that makes you feel heavy or drained, that adds to any fears or insecurities or anything like that, I feel like it's something that is best avoided in that next month, because I feel like it's only going to feed into any doubts that may crop up for you when things are sort of taking a bit longer, right? Which, by the way, now that you are aware of it, I feel it's much more easy to not get stuck in the trap of the Nine of Swords, because you know that it's normal, you know that it's to be expected, right? So hopefully it's easier to experience as well. But yeah, there's something about like negativity, drama, or pessimism, or fear-based thinking that seems to be something that is very heavily being highlighted here as something to not put your energy into, or to not to not get involved in, right? Because again, with the Eight of Swords, it feels like it's something that is just going to slow you down or get you stuck, especially again in your head. It's going to cause these feelings of like helplessness, or make you feel like you can't do something, when in truth you can absolutely do this. What you are doing, that following that voice, that inner conviction, is absolutely the thing that you should follow. Because again, with what you should pay attention to, we are getting all of this uplifting, all of this optimistic, all of this supportive energy. So that's the main thing to focus on, right? But okay, pile number 1. Let's wrap this up by taking a look at what is your biggest opportunity during this upcoming month. Oh, no. Ugh, okay, I'm gonna grab that in a second. It fell on the floor. Okay, hang on. So the card that fell down on the ground was the Eight of Swords. It still wanted to come out. And we also have the Knight of Wands, and the Seven of Pentacles is the underlying energy. Okay, so see, your biggest opportunity during that month is to actually break free and crush that feeling of being somehow boxed in or tied in, or feeling like you are somehow helpless or powerless in this situation. Because the Knight of Wands is basically breaking through that sort of mental barrier. The Knight of Wands is filled with self-belief, confidence, assuredness, like this inner passion and power and drive, believing that they can do anything, believing that they are untouchable, that they are on the right track, they know what they are doing, and they cannot be stopped. The Knight of Wands is such a beautiful, beautiful energy in this instance. I'm really loving the Knight of Wands energy right now because it's coming through as so empowering, and I feel like it's exactly what you need. So during that next month, you actually have the opportunity to crush that sense of doubt or hesitation or anything like that. And I feel like the Seven of Pentacles, the underlying energy, is the recipe how to do that. The Seven of Pentacles is about, again, surprise, surprise, patience. It's about taking these tiny steps, doing the mundane work, right? Like the expression goes, I just heard it recently one day, chop wood, carry water. Or is it the other way around? Carry water, chop wood. Something like that. But anyways, it's focusing on the mundane little tasks, doing your part to the best of your ability and focusing on that and allowing other things to happen organically, allowing other things to take their time. Just like you see on this image as well, right? You cannot make the little donuts bake any faster than they are baking, right? You cannot speed up the process. It's going to take a certain amount of time, and all you can do is just make sure that the dough has the best possible conditions to yield the best donuts, right? So that they could come out in the best, most tasty, most perfect form. So focusing on the practical aspects, making sure that you are taking these steps, that you are not allowing yourself to get deterred, and that the mental realm and the emotional realm is not going to overpower anything. Like keeping those in check is like the best thing that you can do. So pile number one, let me see how I can push these cards. That was the main sort of reading about your month ahead. But let's also close the reading out with some oracle cards. And we are first going to get, sorry, I messed this up a bit. We're first going to get a piece of advice or a message from Spirit through these oracle cards over here. So let's see, what does Spirit want you to take away with you from this reading? What is their advice for you for this upcoming month? Okay, so this card really wanted to come out. I'm going to show you the underlying energy as well because I love it. We have, don't allow your worry to waste your time. Exactly, right? So, you know, putting in the work even if you don't see the results immediately, right? Like that's the key here. Going off of that conviction and keeping by that belief that what you are doing is what you are meant to be doing. And don't allow your worry to waste your time. Oh, I feel like it's so apt right now. But the card that you actually got that turned itself around is any challenges you're facing can be overcome. Yeah, see? Any challenges you're facing can be overcome. That's exactly it. And it's such an important message to hear, I feel like. Nothing else to add to that. It speaks for itself. But let's also get one last message from this oracle deck as well. Oh, wow. Okay. So I'm going to again start off with the underlying energy. We have each detour brings me the lessons I need. Yep. See, this one perfectly coincides with the message that was coming through earlier, that all of the delays, some of the slowdowns or obstacles that you are experiencing, they all serve a purpose. They all serve a purpose and they are meant to teach you something. So this message here is very, very clearly talking about that. yeah, so it's not a wasted journey, right? I feel like it's a really important message to remember. But again, the card that you got is, I am present with my cycles of sunshine and moon time. This one reminds me so much of the temperance energy, because again, it's about this balancing act, right? It's about allowing for the necessary cycles to have their place and their time, and just allow things to move organically. We can't control everything. Yeah, I am present with my cycles of sunshine and moon time. And also, again, I feel like it's important to add that you cannot be on all the time, right? I feel like there are going to be these instances where you are so motivated, you are so driven, you are so full of this energy and enthusiasm and self-belief and this gusto. But then there are going to be times when you don't feel like doing anything, when you don't feel as sure of yourself, when doubt creeps in, right? When the shadows start playing with your mind. We have all of this moon energy coming through very, very heavily, like we saw on regarding that aspect of what you maybe shouldn't put too much energy on. It's exactly like getting stuck in those down times when we do get kind of swallowed up by our emotions, or by some doubts, or by some negativity. But it's okay to let that energy flow through you, but also it's important not to get stuck in those, and to remember that the sun always rises. And so again, our own personal cycles are always going to shift sooner or later. So yeah, just accepting that and allowing that to be the case, not beating yourself up for it, and not losing faith in what it is that you are doing because of it. But pile number 1, oh my goodness, I'm going to leave it here. I am so hopeful that the message spoke to you, that you resonated with this, that you got what you needed from this. And if you are still here, by the way, then please leave me a moon emoji, because obviously, what else is there? I mean, the moon has been such a prevalent figure here, so yeah. Please leave me a moon emoji down in the comment section so that I would know that you made it to this point, you watched this thing all the way through, and that the messages spoke to you. I would love to connect with you in the comment section and see how this reading spoke to you. But thank you so much for spending your time with me, for hanging out. And as always, I hope to see you back on this channel next Friday for some more messages, insight, and fun. And in the meantime, be good, take care of yourself, and bye-bye. Hello and welcome to your reading, pile number 2. My name is Helen, and I want to say thank you so much for being here, for hanging out with me, sharing your beautiful energy. And also thank you so much if you have subscribed to my channel, if you have hit that like button and shared any comments with me in the comment section. It really means so much to me, and it is the easiest way to support my channel and keep this channel growing. So yeah, if at any point during today's reading you feel like you are getting some value from these messages, you are enjoying yourself, it's simply fun for you to watch, or you are liking my energy, you are wanting to see more videos from me in the future as well, then again, it's the easiest way to support me and show me that you do want me to continue making these readings for you. So yeah, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't done so already. And of course, I love connecting with you in the comment section, so leaving me a comment saying hi is also always such a cool thing. So I really appreciate it. But let's get to the reading. So you chose the King's Theatre Tarot, as well as this card from Peter Pan. We do have some pre-prepared oracles as well, by the way, and I'm going to put those over here for the time being, because we are going to focus on the card that you chose, and I'm going to feel my way through it intuitively, see what I'm picking up, and hopefully it should already strike a chord with you in some sense. So the card says a wind of liberty, or a wind of freedom. And what I'm feeling from this pile number 2 is that you seem to have been set free from something. Either this is like a, this can go both ways. Either this is something that has happened for you, or this is something that you yourself have decided to set yourself free from. But either way, there is this energy of release. There is this energy of feeling elevated, feeling light of heart, feeling like you can breathe easier, like there is a sense of relief about this freedom. Because it seems like now you have actually got some space or some time or just some extra energy to do something that you truly want to do, right? The Peter Pan like archetype is very much tied to our inner child and this feeling of keeping alive this childlike sense of wonder, or just this feeling of being curious about life, being curious about new things, following your heart, following your gut, what makes you light up, what makes you interested, what brings about this feeling of joy, you know, just doing things just for the joy of being able to experience them, not for any sort of result or any sort of gain or any sort of reward, but simply for the act itself, like wanting to live life according to that principle. And for some of you, it's definitely tied to some sort of responsibility that you used to have, or maybe there was a commitment of sorts, or maybe it's even as mundane and simple as having done this big spring clean, getting rid of a ton of stuff that you don't want anymore, that you never use, that you have felt like bogged down by, that has just taken up space in your home, in your mind, in your energetic field, right? Like just getting rid of things that have done their time and that have become too much of a burden or a weight on you. Like just setting yourself free from that is maybe the way in which this card resonates for you. But it definitely feels like you can finally exhale, like you can finally have this breath of fresh air, feel more light, feel more at ease, and turn your focus on the things that you truly, truly want to do. And because of this energy of release, I'm not saying that you have like completely gotten rid of any or all annoyances in your life, or these bothersome aspects or responsibilities that you still need to take care of. But I just feel like there is this energy of maybe having more time and more freedom to incorporate these fun things, these truly enjoyable things, to give more room for those things in your life now, rather than having like 85% of the responsibilities and serious things, and then like these meager 15% for like the fun things, right? It seems to be the case that the weight ratio has shifted so that now you have more of the fun things as well. So that's just the initial energy that is coming through, right? It's just the intuitive part. And if you are not 100% sold that this is your pile, then don't you worry. We are going to take a look at the pre-prepared oracle cards, which I haven't seen. I have chosen these cards blindly and intuitively. So we are going to be discovering them together, but these cards are going to describe what is something that you have been dealing with lately, what has been going on for you recently. So you should be able to recognize yourself much more easily from these. Okay, we have the bear. Oh my goodness, we have karmic ascension. So elevation is definitely a part of this. We have fall, as in the season of autumn. We have choice. And we have the lamb. Okay. Okay, so pile number 2. I am going to start off with the center card here, which says fall, or which is a card of autumn. And this to me is like the biggest confirmation regarding the energy of release. Because as we all know, the season of autumn or fall is a time when trees are shedding their leaves and everything is sort of reaching its peak point, right? And getting ready for the season of winter. So on the one hand, there is this energy of release or letting go, but there is also the energy of reaping the rewards, of enjoying the harvest, everything that you have worked so hard to attain, everything that you have put your energy into for, right? And very clearly, you are, or you have been enjoying the rewards of something that you have been working for, something that you have put energy into. And again, I feel like it may be a decision, a very concrete decision that some of you made, right? Because we do have this choice card here indicating that for some of you, you made a certain choice that led to this result. But for others of you, you were sort of like nudged in that direction or pushed there somehow, or like it kind of happened for you. And the reason why I keep saying that this happened for you instead of to you is because we also have this karmic ascension card. And this is very, very strongly a message of having this experience of like spiritual elevation and aligning to the experiences that you are meant to have. So there is a level of divinity that is at play here too. So again, it's like you are walking down or walking up, I should say, sorry, these stairs, and the path is just made so clear for you, right? So it's like regardless of whether this was your own decision or whether life sort of worked out that way, quote unquote, either way, it is exactly what you are meant to experience. Now we also have the bear card here, and this card is tied to the energy of finding a rhythm or finding a balance. But the bear as a symbol is very strongly associated with strength, with resilience, and also protection. And I feel like that aspect of protection is a very strong one here, where I feel like you have protected something that is crucial to your well-being, whether that is your peace of mind, whether that is your personal authority, whether that is your vision for your ultimate dream life, like whatever it is, it feels like you have stood up for something. You have expressed or voiced your needs, or even if this whole experience came about in a way that you maybe even didn't have to do too much, or you didn't have to express yourself vocally, the actions that you have taken or the ways in which you have decided to handle this situation, this period of release, is strongly indicative of the fierce protectiveness of your own happiness, of following the path that feels right to you. And finally, we have the Lamb card. And this to me is so strongly tied to this Peter Pan archetype, or the energy of innocence, the energy of the inner child, the sweet and the naive and the careless and optimistic. So it's a beautiful energy. And again, I feel like it's so very important in this whole reading. It's one of the key motivations, where it seems like that is one of the reasons behind this choice that you have made, or it's one of the main priorities for you now, choosing this childlike freedom and carefree energy, and again, just enjoying life, just enjoying things and enjoying experiences. So pile number 2, that is what was coming through from these oracle cards. Hopefully it made it more easy for you to recognize yourself in this pile, or if you didn't resonate with this at all, then you definitely may want to check out another pile. But if this was your reading, then now we are going to get to the truly juicy and interesting part, because we're going to start digging into the messages regarding your month ahead. And the first thing that we're going to look at are the main themes or keywords of the upcoming month. So let's see. Okay, wow. Okay. The way that the center card like plopped itself out in reverse was funny. Anyway, the cards that you got are the 2 of Wands, the 3 of Swords in reverse, and the Ace of Pentacles. And the underlying energy is the 6 of Cups in reverse. Okay, pile number 2. The main keyword based on all of these cards that I feel regarding your next month is newness. Because I'm going to start off with the underlying energy, which is the 6 of Cups as it's coming out in reverse. Sorry. I'm gonna actually turn this card around to show you the really cute illustration so that you could see what is going on the card. But yeah, the 6 of Cups, which came out in reverse, is essentially saying that this whole next month is about taking you out of some form of way of being or environment that has become a bit too stifling or too boring. The 6 of Cups is an energy of like the past, or just having this safety and security about it. But when it comes out in reverse, it's like it's too like been there, done that. It's that sort of energy. It's being fed up with the way that things have been, feeling bored with, again, the safe, the familiar, the known, and wanting to break out of that space. And the first card out that you got is the 2 of Wands, which is very clearly all about setting a new course for you, looking ahead into the future, envisioning what you want to take on next, feeling this level of enthusiasm for the opportunity that is out there, wanting to explore what life has to offer for you. Because clearly, the 2 of Wands, as actually can be seen on this illustration as well, there is this one project or one thing that you have already done, that you have already gotten everything that you wanted out of it. So now you want to go ahead, you want to look into what else is out there. And that energy of exploration, of, again, newness, of wanting to follow your passion in an exciting new direction is very much one of the main features of the next month. Now we have this 3 of Swords that is also coming out in reverse. Again, I'm going to show you the illustration upright. But the 3 of Wands in reverse is clearly a message of moving past some form of disappointment and potentially opening yourself up to life again. So it feels like there may be some sort of old painful lesson or experience that you are able to either like make peace with or just leave behind you, leave in the past, as a result of embracing this new energy, embracing this energy of opportunity that seems to be surrounding you. And the reason why I say that there is an energy of opportunity around you is also because of this Ace of Pentacles. The 2 of Wands is indicative of it also, but the Ace of Pentacles is very clearly the energy of of finding some sort of new prospect, being offered something, being given a solid opportunity. And I love that we are getting the illustration in a way where it's like you are stepping through a portal of some kind and you are being transported into a new world, into a whole new realm of lessons and experiences. And I feel like this next month is going to give you some really interesting, really exciting, and really promising, because the Ace of Pentacles is an earth element card, really promising new things and experiences and encounters. And by the way, it doesn't mean that this next month is going to be like the be all end all. I feel like it's going to give you the first sort of steps to go down. It's going to give you this first sort of idea or first sort of, again, opportunity, something being introduced to you or something becoming a possibility, right? It's just that like first stage of something, but it's definitely going to break you out of like the same old. So pile number 2, let's take a look at what you should pay attention to in the next month. Oh, okay, sorry, the card flew down on the ground again. Okay, so we have the King of Pentacles, the Five of Wands that came out in reverse, and the Three of Pentacles is the underlying energy. So the first thing that I heard as I was looking at both of these cards is stick in your own lane or stay in your own lane. And I feel like there may be this danger of getting a bit preoccupied with what other people are doing and allowing that moment of comparison to kind of get to you or thwart what it is that you feel inspired by or what you want to do. Because the Five of Wands, I'm going to start off with this card here. The Five of Wands, which came out in reverse, is very strongly an energy of competition, of having a disagreement with someone, having these differing views or ideas or wishes or ways of doing something, different methods of going about something. And because we also have the King of Pentacles that came out first, which I feel is that this King of Pentacles is talking about your energy, it's very important to pay attention to your own method, your own feeling, your own idea, your own vision, right? It's relying on yourself. I feel called to bring in the zodiacal sign of Taurus, which is the card that the King of Pentacles is tied to. And Taurian energy is very, very self-assured, very much doing things their own way, and sometimes like digging their heels in and sticking to what they know, sticking to what they believe, sticking to what makes sense to them. So yeah, just paying attention to your own thing, your own idea, your own goal, and not getting distracted by what other people are doing is a very key thing here. Now we do have the Three of Pentacles here too, which is often a card of collaboration or just joining forces and doing things together with someone, which is definitely something that you can do. But I feel like in that instance, you should be the one in the driving seat, or you should be the one to command the forces, so to say. You should take up that like emperor type energy, where if other people are taking part in whatever it is that you are doing, you are the one who is laying down the the rule book, so to say, or is putting in place the plan that everyone else is then going to follow too. But the Three of Pentacles is also about building something long term and paying attention to the quality of work that you are producing, because it's something that has to kind of last the test of time. And so, like, paying attention to what it is that you are wanting to build. What is the ultimate end goal for you? Like, it feels that, especially with the King of Pentacles, it's important to keep that in mind. It's important to have like this grounding force, like this solid concrete foundation that you can stand on, that you can rely on, that you can always come back to when you're experimentations, or when certain ideas or like whatever it is, whatever sort of detours you decide to take on this path, when those kind of get you in a bit of a sticky situation, or where maybe things get a bit too complicated, and you sort of forget what it is that you were supposed to do in the first place. Like, there has to be something solid that you can come back to. What you ultimately want to achieve, what is this thing that you are building, is definitely something to pay attention to as well. Because the Five of Wands, especially when it comes out in reverse, can also talk about like inner sort of conflict, or inner conflict in the sense that you may get all of these different ideas that start competing with one another. And so you end up doing a bit of everything, but then like abandoning all of the projects, and in the end, nothing really gets done, nothing really gets achieved, right? So it's that sort of danger as well of just getting like swept up in these little short bursts of energy, or little short bursts of motivation, and then walking away from these like mini projects, and then ultimately feeling like you haven't actually gotten anything substantial done, right? But let's also take a look at what is something that you shouldn't put too much energy on during that next month. Okay. So we have, okay, interesting. We have the Hanged Man, which came out in reverse. We also have the Nine of Swords, and we have the Lovers as the underlying energy. I'm getting an interesting message here. And the main energy that is coming through with the Hanged Man in reverse and the Nine of Swords is potentially overthinking the choice that you have made. And the reason why I feel that it's very heavily tied to this choice is because of the Lovers card, which is the underlying energy. So the Lovers in this instance is indicating the commitment that you made to, or again, this decision that you made for like setting yourself free, or changing something up so that you would have more time, more energy, more freedom, whatever. The Lovers is just that choice aspect of making a commitment to this new form of being, this new reality. And the Hanged Man in reverse and the Nine of Swords are both kind of just talking about getting kind of stuck in your head and starting to doubt, starting to question, starting to worry about that choice that, especially with the Hanged Man in reverse, is something that you cannot change anymore. You can't go back on that decision, especially if it was something that, again, sort of happened for you, or where life made certain corrections. So it's clear that with both of these two major arcana cards coming out, that this choice and this move was something that was definitely meant to happen. It's part of this like soul lesson that you are going through. It's part of this bigger energy that is happening behind the scenes. We also saw that with the Karmic Ascension card, right? Where there is a level of divinity at play here, and so it's meant to be a part of your journey. But yeah, these cards seem to indicate that there may be a point in that next month where you may start worrying or questioning, or kind of just getting stuck in your head about whether that was the right thing to do. But yeah, I definitely feel that again, everything is exactly how it's meant to be. But let's also take a look at what is your biggest opportunity during that next month. Oh, wow. Wow, okay. We have the, what is it? The Knight of Wands coming out in reverse, the Knight of Cups coming out upright, and the Ace of Cups coming out as the underlying energy. Okay, so I feel like the biggest opportunity that you are going to have this month is to not make moves from a place of like any other form of motivation, but pure emotional fulfillment. The Knight of Wands, I don't know why I'm feeling this reverse Knight of Wands right now as this external pressure to do something or doing things in order to meet someone else's expectations or doing things like for the wrong reasons or something like that. That's very much the energy of the Knight of Wands that is coming through. But the Knight of Cups, on the other hand, seems to very clearly hint at doing things for the right reasons, going after things and taking action because it coincides with your values, it coincides with your beliefs, it coincides with your moral code, with what you value, what you stand by. It's more of that like internal compass and aligning with your heart, aligning with what you feel is true and worthy and valuable. And that sort of like ideal, holding yourself to that high standard and operating from that place, making moves that is in accordance with that, seems to be something that is your biggest opportunity to make that internal shift, take action, make moves, make choices, say yes to things that you truly want to say yes to, and all of that. Like that is your biggest opportunity. Because as the underlying energy, we have the Ace of Cups. So again, it feels like your heart space, your true emotional satisfaction, feeling this energy of connection to certain things, like to certain opportunities, focusing on those and operating from that place is really the biggest opportunity for you. Because I feel like the thing that you have set yourself free from, the thing that you have released, it may have come about as a result of saying yes to something because of some form of other motivation, or that there was another reason behind it that wasn't maybe completely true to you and to your inner compass. So again, you may have signed up for something, you may have said yes to something for the wrong reasons, to please someone, to leave a certain impression of yourself, to again live up to someone's expectations, or whatever the case may be. This whole thing here and this whole next month seems to be completely focused on you aligning to some form of more personal wishes, personal dreams, personal fulfillment, coming from a more heart-spaced perspective and making choices according to that. So pile number 2, those were the messages that were coming through here. And let me sort of scoop these cards up a bit again so that we would have room for these oracle cards, because we're going to close the reading out with a couple of last oracle card messages from Spirit. These are going to be some advice messages, just some supportive messages that you can take away from this reading into your next month and hopefully gain some extra value from them. So let's see what Spirit wants to tell you regarding this reading. Okay. So you are getting 2 cards, so we are taking 2, but I'm going to start off with the underlying energy, which says, guard yourself against negativity by focusing on gratitude. See, like it's kind of in the same vein as the 5 of Wands in reverse message. The energy of other people and what other people are doing or what other people are saying or thinking, like that can have a bit of an adverse effect on you. So yeah, focusing on gratitude, focusing on your foundational energy. That is a really good recommendation. Okay, so the first card out is now is the time to explore and discover who you really are. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I feel like there's really nothing else to add, because that is truly like that whole Peter Pan sort of energy that we started this whole reading out with, and that has been coming through time and time again, where you are starting to explore yourself, right? It's like it's that Knight of Cups and Knight of Wands in reverse sort of energy as well, where you are starting to operate more from that genuine heart-spaced place. And I love that on the card, on this little hot air balloon, we actually have a heart image as well. See? There we go. It is actually on the card. And that is the thing, like I love that this hot air balloon, the thing that you are traveling in, right? Like that we have this beautiful heart symbol attached to it. But that's the thing that is carrying you forward. Now is the time to explore and discover who you really are. Oof. So, so beautiful. And we also have take control of your future by taking action. Again, coming back to this whole Knight of Cups energy, you are taking action, you are making moves, you are doing things, right? You are making choices, and yeah, just going ahead with what feels right. Because again, remember, we had all of this Hanged Man in reverse energy, Nine of Swords energy, where it's important not to get stuck in your head and not to allow yourself to start procrastinating or get hung up in things that are not really worth it. So yeah, taking action and taking control of your future it's just beautiful. But let's also get one last message from the Sun Steeped Oracle deck. Actually, you know what? I want to make sure that you are seeing both of these cards. So I'm gonna cover the card up like this. But anyway, let's also get a last piece of advice from this other Oracle card deck. So yeah, that is going to be the last message of this reading. So let's see. And wow. Oh, wow. You got 3. Okay. You're getting so many messages, pile number 2. So yeah, let's just take them. At the bottom of the deck, we have, I can keep going when it feels right to. Yeah. See, like you, it's again tied to this notion of honoring yourself, honoring your inner landscape, honoring your feelings, honoring your personal cycles, doing the things that you feel truly propelled to pursue, right? Like it's that sort of space. So, okay. We have, I nurture myself when I feel the dark. Yeah, taking care of yourself, I feel, is a really, really important message here. And also like not trying to bypass the negative feelings that may crop up. Like allowing those feelings to flow through you, but not allowing them to get stuck. So that is definitely a message. We also have, when my cup runneth over, I pour into others. Yeah, so sharing your joy, sharing your enthusiasm and your positivity and all of that, to make moves from that space of like heart-spaced energy. I don't know how many times I've said energy, but it feels like a lot. Okay, and the last card is I can be my own mentor. And again, I'm being reminded of the message of not paying too much attention to what other people are doing, because you actually know what is the right thing for you. And so yeah, you can be your own mentor. It's such a cool message. But pile number 2, I am going to leave it here. I hope that something spoke to you, that something resonated, and that you got something useful from this reading. If you are still here, by the way, if you made it all the way to this point, please leave me a, let's see, I was going to say a heart, but it's way too easy. It's way too like common of an emoji. So let's think of something else. Oh, okay. You know what? Leave me an ice cream. Leave me an ice cream emoji. And that way, oh, see, yeah, the ice cream emoji. Leave me that in the comment section, and that way I would know that you made it all the way to this point, that you connected with the reading, and that it meant something to you. I would love, love, love to see you there and connect with you there, but I would also love to see you back on this channel next Friday for some more messages, insight, and fun. And in the meantime, be good, take care of yourself, and until next time, bye-bye. Hello and welcome to your reading, pile number 3. My name is Helen, and I am so glad that you are here. So thank you so much for sharing your beautiful energy, for being here and hanging out. And also, I want to say a huge thank you if you have chosen to subscribe to my channel, if you have left me any comments or given my videos a thumbs up. I really appreciate it, because it's the easiest way for you to support me and to help my oh my god, to help my channel grow. I don't know why that is always so difficult for me to say. And yeah, to just help me keep making these readings for you and keep this channel alive. So I really appreciate it if that's something that you have already done. But if at any point during this reading you find yourself enjoying the content, you are having fun, you find these messages meaningful, and you just want to support me, or you want to help me keep going, then those are the easiest ways to do that. And I really hope to see you join my channel or to connect with you in the comment section. But anyway, pile number 3, let's get to your reading, shall we? So you chose the Ever After Spell Tarot. I'm going to put it on the side here for the time being. And you also chose the Sweet Carelessness card from Mowgli. Now, we do have some pre-prepared oracle cards, and I'm going to put those over here for the time being as well, because we are going to focus on this card that you chose first. I'm going to feel my way through it intuitively. I'm going to see what comes up, and from those messages you should already resonate with something. But don't you worry, because we also have these cards here. That's what these cards are for, to give us a more detailed overview of your energy. So yeah, the Sweet Carelessness card with Mowgli and Baloo. I'm getting the sense, pile number 3, that you are currently in this place, or in this space within yourself, where you have like finally made peace with something, or where you have let go of any stress, any feelings of worry, anything like that. It feels like you are just in this process of going with the flow, just allowing things to occur as they will, and just flowing with things, deciding to not take things that seriously, even if whatever is actually happening around you, even if whatever has taken place already is something serious, even if it's not a laughing matter, you know. And again, I'm not saying that that's the case, but even if it is, it feels like something within you has just come to terms with what has happened. And so it's almost like you are accepting that there is nothing you can do to change that thing. There is nothing that you can do to erase what has been done or what has happened. And so there's no point in agonizing over it. There's no point in worrying about how things have unfolded and how maybe certain things haven't gone according to plan, or they have taken you by surprise, or there have been certain unexpected occurrences. it's this feeling of like, okay, but like, who cares? I'm just gonna keep going. There's nothing I can do about it. And it's just this sense of making peace is really the main energy that I feel, because it almost feels like that shift that happens when you finally realize what are the things that are in your control to change and alter, and what are the things that are outside of your control no matter what you do. And once you get to that place where you see the things that are outside of your control as something that are not worth worrying over, it's so liberating, it's so freeing. And that's exactly what seems to be the case here with this card too. And because we are dealing with, like, there are 2 characters on this card, whereas in all of the other piles, there was a very singular energy. There was a very focused energy. In this one, we have 2 characters. And so it could very well be indicative of a relationship of some kind, or again, just a dynamic, right? It's not saying that the relationship is necessarily a romantic or committed one. It's just a relationship dynamic between you and someone else. And that could very well be the main theme here, the thing which has undergone some form of shift or unexpected occurrence or transformation, and that you have now sort of, again, made peace with that thing has happened. So yeah, but again, it's just something that I'm feeling intuitively, and just something that was coming through. So if you don't 100% jive with that part just yet, then don't worry, because these cards are going to give us a bit of a description of what has been going on for you lately. What have you been dealing with? What sort of energies have you been in? And based on these cards, it should be a lot easier for you to recognize yourself. So let's see. Okay, we have the heart. Okay, we have reset. Oh, and I'm loving the numbers, by the way. We have 44 and we have 33. So master numbers coming through here. Okay, we have union. We also have somatization or somatization. I'm sorry, I still don't know how to pronounce this card. Ugh. It just annoys me so much when I pronounce something, so that's why I'm saying it. But anyway, and we also have the sun. I just love when the cards pretty much read themselves, and when there is just straightforward confirmation coming through from the pre-prepared oracle cards, which again, I feel I have to emphasize that I haven't seen these cards before. I opened them up and looked at them, saw them for the first time with you, meaning that I choose these pre-prepared oracle cards blindly. I don't see what they are. I go off of my intuition, and just whatever comes through, comes through. And it's always, no matter how many times I've gone through this experience, it's always so surprising to me how these cards all come together and like point at the same thing, even though there are so many cards in each of these decks and there are so many different themes that could come out. You know, it's okay. You know, I'm going off on a tangent here, and it's I don't even know whether tangent is the right word, but just, you know, I'm getting sidetracked. Okay, so let's come back to the actual cards. Pile number 3. If you did not resonate with the first part coming through from the intuitive portion at all, then most likely this isn't your pile, and you may want to check out another reading. But if you did resonate with this, then I'm getting a very big confirmation that most likely that last message that I was feeling with this being some sort of relationship thing, that is definitely being highlighted here. Or at the very least, if it's not like a relationship between you and another person, then this may also talk about something that just is very special to you, something that holds a lot of emotional weight and significance in your heart regardless of what that thing is. But yeah, I mean, see, these two cards are very clearly saying that whatever this thing is, it's something that you feel a connection to, it's something that you are tied to, and it's something that you are heavily emotionally invested in. And most likely, whatever this thing was, it was something that altered this connection and how you feel about this thing or this person very deeply. Because we have this reset card. And this card is very, very concretely talking about a situation that has come to a head. That it's saying that something happened where the old way of doing things was no longer viable. There was no possibility of keeping going in the same way. It feels like there has been this decision point, a very clear decision point, where you have had to decide whether it was you personally or whether it was you and someone else, where you had to decide whether you were going to give something a second chance or not. Because with this somatization, it feels like there was, again, something happened, something that made you specifically, but possibly the both of you, feel ill at ease, something that affected you negatively, because this is strongly a card of feeling weakened, feeling negatively impacted, sometimes even being physically made ill by like a stress or a shocking event or some form of upheaval that has taken place, right? And so it's clear that that is something that you have come through or gone through, and that you have now kind of left behind you, and again, like accepted that that thing has happened, accepted that that is a part of your journey, that it's a part of your history now. But see, we have this Sun card that is coming through as well, and this further confirms that now there is harmony that is restored, or a feeling of peace, a feeling of like hope or clarity, or just things sort of being revitalized or corrected somehow. Because the sun is such a straightforward symbol of happiness, of clarity, of joy, of life, of vitality, right? And so, yeah, it just feels like it's this whole journey through a bit of a dark tunnel, and coming through that dark tunnel, reaching the other end, and just making peace with the thing that has happened, and maybe even like deciding on a new course or charting a new course, thinking about what that central theme is going to be like from now on. Because the sun can also be tied to identity, to the core sort of being of something. And so if it's a relationship, you may have reached this point where you redefined your relationship, where you came to some sort of conclusion as to like what you are to each other, or how things are going to progress from here on out. Like what is the thing that you want to move towards? Again, if this is a thing, if it's not like a relationship per se, then it can be that you have rediscovered meaning in the thing or in your relationship to that thing. So yeah, like put the details in place as they resonate for you, as always, right? But yeah, it definitely feels like it's kind of a profound ride that you have gone through, pile number 3, and you seem to be a whole lot happier for having made peace with it now. But yeah, pile number 3, if any of this resonated for you, then definitely keep on watching, because we are now going to get to the main part of this reading. And we are going to start off with what are the main keywords or themes of the upcoming month for you. So let's see. Wow. Okay. Oh my goodness. Wow. Okay, so we are getting a lot of reversals, but that is okay. There is nothing inherently bad about that. So we have the Two of Pentacles in reverse, we have the Eight of Pentacles in reverse, and the Seven of Swords in reverse, with the underlying energy being the Two of Cups. Okay, so pile number 3, you may have already gathered for yourself based on these cards that the theme of a relationship or a connection is very, very strongly present. And so the main keyword or theme of the upcoming month for you is definitely a strengthening of the bond. Because I'm going to start off with the underlying energy. We have the Two of Cups here. And the Two of Cups is making me feel that the whole month is like the main area in focus is going to be that connection, that relationship, right? Because that's what the Two of Cups is. It's that feeling of connectivity towards something or someone, feeling seen by the other person and seeing a part of you in someone else or in something else, recognizing something that resonates within your soul in someone or in something. It almost feels like the main theme of the month is refocusing on that common ground, refocusing on that thing that connects you, refocusing on that thing that is the binding force in this connection. And I love that we are getting the Two of Pentacles in reverse. I'm going to show you the illustration upright so you could see this beautiful, beautiful design. But the Two of Pentacles, as it's coming out in reverse, is a feeling of like coming out of some form of imbalance or like up in the air sort of energy. Because sorry, I have to turn it around, otherwise it's difficult to focus on the energy. But one of the big things during that month being around coming out of this limbo state or this like in-between state where like, as I said, where things are up in the air or somewhat like undefined and kind of just seesawing between certain things, because that's very much the Two of Pentacles energy, where things are like being up in the air, they are being juggled, there are these different elements at play and nothing is really concretely decided or focused on. It's all very like malleable, if you will. But the Two of Pentacles in reverse is indicating that state is coming to an end. I feel like it's especially tied to the Sun energy here, where maybe for some of you that knowing of, okay, what are we now? Or what is this new identity of the relationship? Maybe some of you haven't quite gathered that yet, right? Like there is clearly this easiness that has returned somewhat, but maybe that aspect of like, what is this new definition of our relationship, or what is this new definition of this connection that I feel? Like maybe that hasn't been fully thought through yet. And so that's definitely one thing that seems to be coming to the forefront in the upcoming month. Now we also have the Eight of Pentacles, which is coming out in reverse. Again, I'm going to show you the illustration first. But the Eight of Pentacles in reverse seems to indicate that there is a very clear breaking apart of some form of old routine where things have been done the same way, and it feels like now that is shifting. Certain routines are shifting, they are breaking down, they are being transformed into something else. And so yeah, I feel like a big part of what you are experiencing in this next month is coming up with a new routine, right? Again, like figuring out how this new dynamic or this dynamic in its new form, how it works into your future plans and your day-to-day life and all of that. But I also feel that there may be, I don't know whether this is more of a specific message, but the Eight of Pentacles is also giving me a feeling that there may be something that you are like abandoning completely, something that you have previously invested a lot into, or that you, again, that you used to do quite religiously. I don't know what that is, but it feels like there was a very big part of your normal day-to-day life, or what you were working towards, and that may be something that you decide to either like throw out and cease working on. Maybe that kind of loses its importance to you in some way, or you may decide to again tweak how you go about that thing, how you do something. You may adjust your method. But we also have the Seven of Swords in reverse. And sorry, again, I'm going to show you the illustration first. Look at that beautiful Seven of Swords. I love this deck. Anyway, so the Seven of Swords coming out in reverse is saying that there is a very clear shift in any sort of secrecy, or anything being held private, held back. I feel like there may be an opportunity, maybe this is more of a specific message again, but there may be an opportunity, especially if this is a relationship, to come fully clean with that other person, to get certain things off your chest that are maybe completely unrelated to whatever this upheaval or whatever this occurrence was, but there may be certain other things that have, for whatever reason, been kept private previously. There may be this this occurrence or this situation where all of those things are being divulged, or where these secrets are being revealed and talked through, and yeah, it's this like whole wiping the slate clean sort of thing that seems to be happening. But the Seven of Swords in reverse, just more generally, it may hint at some form of knowledge becoming public, or you becoming aware of something that you didn't know before, and that may be a very crucial part of, again, how this connection or how this relationship moves forward. And again, it doesn't seem to be a bad thing in the slightest, because with the Two of Cups being the underlying energy, it feels like, as I said, the main theme of the month is strengthening that bond. So whatever sort of information is being revealed, it's going to play into you actually becoming closer, or you feeling a stronger bond, feeling more connected to that person or to that thing than ever before as a result of this. So yeah, those were the sort of main themes and keywords of the upcoming month. But let's also take a look at what is something that you should pay attention to during that month. Oh, interesting. Okay, we're getting so many cards. Like, all of the cards so far have been in reverse, which is interesting. There are upright cards in the deck, I promise. Oh, sorry, the previous underlying energy was upright, but you know. So yeah, there are a lot of upright cards in this deck. The majority of the cards are upright, actually, but for whatever reason, we are getting all of these reversals. So yeah, most likely it's just talking about this whole, again, reset of energies that is happening during that month. So it feels like quite a pivotal month. But pile number 3, we have the Devil in reverse, the Five of Cups in reverse, and the Ten of Cups in reverse as the underlying energy. Pile number 3. I feel a very concrete message from these cards. The Devil and the Five of Cups. Again, I'm going to show you the cards upright first. Both of these cards, sorry, it's actually like this. The Devil comes first here. So the Devil and the Five of Cups are saying that it's very important to not get obsessive about any festering feelings. So remember the Seven of Swords, right? The Seven of Swords was a very clear message that, like, everything should be kind of laid bare, laid out, where there are no more secrets, and where this whole notion of keeping secrets is like completely reworked in this dynamic or in this connection. And I feel that like if there is anything that is still on your mind, if something is bothering you, if something is weighing heavily on your heart, then it's something that should be, again, released. It should be let out, especially when there is a very concrete opportunity to do that. I feel that these cards are saying to basically like not hold back, because there may be this like otherwise obsessive holding on to something from the past, or clinging to this past energy, because as much as all of this energy has been talking about making peace with it and letting it go and moving forward and accepting what has happened, it doesn't mean that all of the feelings attached to that experience have evaporated, right? And I feel like with the element of all of these like watery cards coming out, it feels like there may still be something that is there, something that is that kind of needs to be released. Because see, the Ten of Cups in reverse, it feels like it's tied to like some form of dream, like an old dream that was crushed. And that may be what this Five of Cups, again, I'm showing you the cards upright, but just to re-emphasize that these are all actually in reverse, right? So the Ten of Cups, the dream that never came to be, right? This initial idea of what future was going to look like, that was broken down or ruined the moment that this upheaval or whatever this thing was happened, right? And so making sure to, again, pay attention to those feelings, making sure to give space and voice to those feelings of disappointment, of grief even, that this dream didn't come to be. Like giving voice and space to that feels like it's very, very important. But I also feel a completely different sort of message here too, and I feel like I have to say it. If there is someone, this is definitely a very specific message, but if there is someone around you who is maybe like enjoying drama in general, and who may be wanting to stir things up and wanting to keep bringing up the past, wanting to stir the pot, so to say, be mindful of that and pay attention to that sort of behavior where the past is constantly like being brought back, or where someone may be trying to rehash that same thing, especially if that person wasn't even in the connection, if this is someone outside of it. I don't know why I feel that, but with the Devil here, it could be someone completely outside of the situation, of the connection, that may be like stirring up trouble and wanting to keep bringing back and constantly talking about this thing that has happened, and in so doing postponing and like delaying this whole healing part and moving forward part, and charting a new course sort of path, right? So yeah, that's also something that is worth paying attention to. But let's take a look and see what is something that you maybe shouldn't put too much energy on next month. Okay. Interesting. So we have the Six of Pentacles, the Five of Wands coming out in reverse, and the Four of Cups as the underlying energy. Okay, this is interesting, but I'm getting a somewhat similar message to one of the previous piles. I don't remember which one now. But I feel like one of the things that you shouldn't put too much energy on is tied to stuff that other people are doing. And especially when other people are, again, stirring things up, when they are causing trouble, when they are creating situations, creating conflicts, and just tense energies out of boredom or whatever other sort of reason. The Six of Pentacles is an energy of participation, right? It's about like giving and receiving. It's about that sort of transactional energy. And the Five of Wands, as it's coming out in reverse, in this instance, I feel like it's talking about like issues or dramas that have no relevance to you. The tense energies or the fights or conflicts or disagreements that other people are having for whatever reason that don't involve or include you, it's very important to stay out of those and to not allow yourself to get roped into those. Especially, I feel like especially, this may be a specific message again, but especially if someone asks you for your input, asks you for your opinion regarding something, it may seem kind of innocent or harmless initially, but I feel like it may end up causing this whole situation where like what you said is somehow being transformed into something completely different, and then like your opinion gets thrown in the mix, and then all of a sudden you are a part of this and other people are mad at you for what you said, even though like it was completely taken out of context or it was completely misunderstood or whatever. Like I feel like there is just so much potential hassle that you don't need to be in, that you don't need to experience. And so if you are being asked to participate or to give your opinion or to like whatever, don't get involved. And again, this is a very specific message, I feel, but just more broadly as well, not getting involved in other people's stuff, not getting involved in other people's drama. With the Four of Cups being the underlying energy, just sticking to your own thing, right? Sitting on your own little rock, looking at things from afar and mulling things over in your own head, alone, away from like other people. And it's not to say that you cannot be interested in like what other people are going through and that you cannot have an opinion on it, but I feel like it's just really, really strongly recommended not to share that opinion, not to voice anything, and yeah, just to stay in your own lane, focus on your own stuff. Because the Four of Cups is again, it's kind of a solitary energy. It's meditative, contemplative, and just working through your own stuff, working through your own feelings. So that is that. And let's take a look at the last message. Oh, sorry, I'm also shifting the cards around a bit so that we would once again have space. But let's take a look at what is your biggest opportunity during this next month? What can you achieve by the end of it? Okay, let's take 3 because why not? Oh, and I love it. A full circle moment. We are getting the Two of Cups as the underlying energy again. So the cards that you got that actually turned themselves around, because I feel like they were upright before, but anyway, we have the Eight of Wands in reverse, the Six of Wands in reverse, and Strength. So pile number 3, before we get to the messages of the last section, the last thing I wanted to add to this previous part was that if the situation is reversed, in the sense that if you feel drawn to share what is going on in your relationship with, again, someone else who isn't actually a part of this whole situation or this whole this connection and this thing that occurred in the past, this upheaval, right? Be mindful of what you share and who you share it with, because again, I feel like it may potentially bring some unwanted hassle with it. Because remembering the Four of Cups energy, that is the underlying energy, again, it's all about like, you know, holding things to yourself, like being in your own little bubble, right? So I feel like that was important to add. here as well. But let's get to the cards that you actually got. I feel like I don't have to go over the Two of Cups energy anymore, because it's basically the same thing, right? The main opportunity is talking about restoring this relationship and restoring and strengthening the connection. But I feel like the added element here is like true vulnerability and true intimacy, because we have the Eight of Wands, the Six of Wands, and Strength, all of these cards coming out in reverse. And again, I'm going to show you the images upright so that you could see this beautiful, beautiful deck. But the energy that I feel with all three of these cards is basically like, it maybe sounds a bit harsh, but it's like getting rid of the bravado, or getting rid of the appearances sort of aspect of the connection or the relationship, like getting rid of that superficial level that is like just for show, or just for like other people to admire or approve of, or anything like that, right? Like getting rid of that. Like we have all of these like ego driven cards. We have two fire sign cards, and we have a card of Leo. So this is all in the realm of fire and passion and ego, and being driven from that sort of place. And by the way, I'm not saying that that's how fire signs are, or what like the fire energy in general is about. It's how it's coming through from these reversed cards. I just wanted to make that clear. So the Eight of Wands in reverse, the Six of Wands in reverse are very much just kind of like talking about stripping back the communication and the connection itself, getting rid of the things that are maybe simply a distraction, that are or that have been driving this relationship in the wrong direction to begin with. The Six of Wands, again, coming out in reverse, it's getting rid of the aspects of the connection that have been driven by wanting outside validation or wanting outside admiration. And the Strength card in reverse is again this beautiful, vulnerable side, right? Allowing that to shine through, and connecting from the place of being truly authentic and truly vulnerable, and allowing some level of like weakness to shine through, and that seems to be the biggest opportunity to lay a whole new groundwork for this connection, a whole new foundation from which this union can grow. So yeah, this is really as I said, a pivotal month for you, I feel. And you can truly make a significant mark and chart a really promising path for this connection to grow in strength in the future. But we are going to get a last couple of oracle cards as well to close out this reading, and to give you some advice messages from Spirit that you need to hear regarding this reading. Just something that you can take away with you into this upcoming month, and something that is hopefully going to support you. So let's take a look and see what sort of advice Spirit has for you. Wow. Okay, this card also kind of wanted to come out, but it didn't fly out of the pack. But we're just making a note of it. It says, you have the power to unlock the truth of who you are. But I'm placing it in the pack here. Okay, so I'm going to start off with the underlying energy, as I tend to do with these oracle cards. So this one says, no feeling is forever. Allow your emotions to float through you. Oh my goodness. I feel like this is a concrete connection to the Five of Cups and the Devil energy that we were talking about before. I feel like this is such a powerful one, and especially because we have been talking so much about feelings, so much about emotions. Yeah, no feeling is forever. Allow your emotions to float through you. The importance of acknowledging them, again, giving them space, and then letting them go. But the card that you actually got is, in times of darkness, you can always find the light. And I love that we are actually getting a hint at the times of darkness, because I feel like the message of like going through a dark tunnel and coming out the other end of it, like that was very much coming through. And so this is just a reminder that there are always positive things in every single bad situation, negative experience, like all of that heaviness, even as that exists, there is always something positive that is happening somewhere in your life as well. So focus on that. But let's get one last message here from another oracle card deck as well. And this is going to be the last sort of wrap-up message. So let's see what other piece of advice or supportive message Spirit has for you. Oh my goodness, okay. Okay, you got 3. Again, I don't know. In the last pile, yeah, we got so many oracle cards as well, but it is what it is, and we are taking all of them. So the underlying energy is, I'm not afraid to get in the dirt, to get my flowers to grow. Oof. Oh my goodness, I felt that. I actually, as I was reading it, I actually felt that in my body, just the impact of that statement. I am not afraid to get in the dirt, to get my flowers to grow. See, like that is the biggest like foundational thing, right? To actually look at what is in the dirt, to get into the muck, to get into the uncomfortable messiness of it, so that you could actually plant something, so that you could actually give something the chance to grow and to develop and to thrive ultimately. And I definitely feel a connection to the 7 of Swords energy that was coming through, regarding like uncovering certain hidden things, or like really hashing it out, really getting through all of it, so that there wouldn't be any like shadowy bits or skeletons in the closet sort of thing. But okay, let's see what we actually have. I wake up with gratitude for a new day of opportunities. Okay. Yeah, see, it's I feel like Spirit is trying to like focus on the positivity and just the optimistic sort of attitude, focusing on keeping that going. So yeah. Each day is an opportunity to make a positive change, to make things better. We also have, I am proud of who I've grown into. And see, I feel like it is an important reminder that you have grown, you have developed. You are not the same person that you were even like 2 weeks ago, right? Like you are constantly changing, you are constantly evolving. There are constantly processes happening in your cells every single minute, right? So you are a work in progress. You are a moving organism. And so this is so important to remember. I am proud of who I've grown into, right? Like actually embracing that. And we also have, I pay attention to my daydreams. And yeah, I feel like it's important to do that, because they may give you lots of clues as to what you want your future to look like, what you want your ideal life to look like. And getting inspiration from that, incorporating those into making your dreams a reality. So yeah, wow. I am really loving the messages that were coming through here. I feel like they had quite a lot of weight to them, and I hope that you got something something useful from these messages as well, that they were at the very least interesting for you to listen to. By the way, if you are still here, if you made it to this point and you resonated with the messages that were coming through, or at least some of them, then, please leave me a little starfish. Yeah, let's do a starfish. Leave me a little starfish emoji down in the comment section so that I would know that you connected with this message, that you watched this thing all the way through, and that you got something useful from this reading. So I love connecting with you, and I hope to see you in the comment section, but I also hope to see you back on the channel next Friday for some more messages, insight, and fun. And in the meantime, be good, take care of yourself, and I hope to see you very soon. Bye-bye.